Hello crafters, welcome back and let's continue with our page. I just wanted to bring something to your attention. If you are going to do this page twice where the bottom mechanism at first has to open to the left and then in the other one it has to open to the right, this gets assembled a little bit differently. Like I said, this one has a mistake, okay? So in order to open to the left, you'll have to assemble the piece like this. So this is your piece with the two cuts, up and bottom and top, right? Top and bottom. This is your piece that is cut in half. So put the left piece in the back and the right piece stays in the front. Put it all the way down. Then feed through underneath the left piece. Okay, feed it through here. Okay. And then, but like I said, this is wrong, so don't look at this one. Then here we are going to put because here you have the two pieces, see? We're gonna put a piece of paper to keep them together, okay? So if you want your piece now to open to the left, so the part where we have to glue these two pieces together, it will be on the top side. So you put it like that, okay? And now for our side, we can assemble it the exact same way for the right size of the piece, only that now we are turning it. So the two pieces will meet at the bottom and then it will pull like this. Okay, so like I said, this was a mistake and I corrected the mistake. It's just I saw it too late. It was already assembled, already glued in, and I didn't want to go through the trouble to reopen it. Okay, so once again, left piece goes under, and then if it's fed through underneath like that, okay, arrange it properly, then these two pieces here we're gonna glue it down with a piece of paper. So in order for the piece to open to the left, the part where we're gonna glue the two pieces together, where the two pieces meet, is at the top, and you put it like that. And then when we are going to work on now to open to the right, the part where the two pieces meet and we're gonna glue them together is gonna be at the bottom, and it will open like that. Okay. So let me put this on the side and let's work on our piece now. So like I said, right now it's already mounted inside. We're gonna, here where the two pieces meet at the bottom, I'm going to attach a little bit of paper to keep it together. And for this you can actually use, because it's nice and thin, some Tyvek. Okay, so let's cut a tiny piece of Tyvek. I would say I have like a 1/4 of an inch here, so I'm gonna put it here to keep the two pieces together. No, actually, wait, I'm sorry. First we have to mat the longer piece. I'm going to take this out because then it's going to be difficult to mat it. So this piece, the one that has the cuts at the top of the bottom, So in order to mat this, I cut this piece at 10 3/8 by 3 7/8, and this will stay right here. Okay. Actually, I want this piece here like this. And make sure, of course, that you're not going to see. I'm like 1/8 of an inch away from those cutting lines. So let's do this for now. Put this here. If you heard the noise, it's one of my dogs. It kind of made me startle me too. But sometimes they lick everything off the floor and then they gag on it. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I have dirty floors, but you know, there's dust, but they can't help themselves. Okay, so I'm gonna try and glue it down here. Okay, so now I'm ready to put this piece. So left fits through the back and through the bottom, and the right stays on the outside, creates this pulling mechanism. So now here where the, sorry if I'm so repetitive, but I just want to make sure you also understand where the two pieces meet. I'm gonna put a piece of Tyvek, making sure we are nice and straight all the way around. You can put a piece of cardstock as well. It's just that I wanted to use something nice and thin, and also that because the Tyvek is shiny, it will slide. Make sure that your piece doesn't move like it moved in mine. Okay, something like that. See, and as you can see, I place the Tyvek all the way to the base, just to make sure it's out of our frame. And I allowed, you know what, I think I still put this the wrong way. This is how it's supposed to be. Oh no. So you're supposed to see 4 pictures when you pull it. What's wrong with me tonight? That's okay. At least this we can remove. I'm terrible. That's why I'm saying watch the videos first. So how do we do this? So that I can't get my head around this. It goes so well in my mind. So if I pull now, I have 4 pictures. Yes. So for this piece that opens to the right, I'm always good with that one. For this piece that opens to the right, make sure when you pull, you are actually going. So when it's like this, you see 2 pictures, one from the base and one from the sliding part. And when you pull it out, you are able to see 3 pictures, one from here, one from the sliding part, and one from the back part. Okay. So pull your left piece, feed it through underneath and all the way through the back. Okay. And then the right piece is in the back. These pieces will actually meet in the back, and this is where we are going to put the Tyvek piece. And the other thing I wanted to say, when you make sure it's nice and straight, when you glue them here, try and overlap them just a hint, just enough, like when you put your finger you feel a bump, like this one sits a little bit on top of the other one, because when you are going to add pictures as well, they might catch when you try to pull it out. So like this piece staying up on top of the other piece a little bit, it will give that a little bit of extra space that is needed to pull out with no problems. Okay, so this is how I put it, and maybe you can see that it's a little bit on top. Okay, so this is how it's finally now the way it should be. I am so sorry, that's the problem. I don't have the time to really test my ideas, and I'm trying to create videos because I'm also in a hurry with this project because it's due next week, and I'm trying to do tutorials as well as come up with interactive and nice ideas, and sometimes I just go ahead and do it without testing, saying to myself que sera sera. So like this, it opens to the right, and use the same method, and you turn it this way to open to the left when you do it for the other page, if you want to make both pages the same. So when it opens to the right, this piece is in the back, okay, and I think it's in the back all the time anyway, in the back, but where the two pieces meet is at the top, see? Okay, and when this is supposed to open to the left, so it's turning like this, the two pieces will meet at the bottom. See, becomes at the bottom, and now it opens to the right, to the left, sorry. Okay. Don't worry, once it sits in the frame, it's not going to be so wiggle anymore because the frame will take away from that. And the other place where I would like to add a little bit of Tyvek, it's at the other end where that cut ends, because this will create friction in time, and that cut might cut, my rip off in time. So I'm going to add a little bit of Tyvek here as well. It's again like a 1/4 of an inch. With the other piece, I don't even want to show you the mistakes because I'm afraid I'm going to confuse you guys even more. The important thing is that I noticed, and I was able to address them. Okay, so this is the other end where we did not remember when we cut that piece in the middle, we did not cut all the way up. We left that 3/8 of an inch border, so to speak. So this is the part where it's a 3/8 of an inch border. But I'm afraid that from friction, from going back and forth, this split may go deeper and deeper until it breaks off. So that's the reason why I did a little bit of Tyvek over there to, to stand the test of time, hopefully. Okay, I really hope now that all these pieces, because even when I was arranging them, I realized that I was mounting this the wrong way. So I'm hoping right now that all these pieces are still cut to the right length. That's weird. Okay, that's good. Let's see, this is 4 by 4.5. I think this is here, and yep. And yes, at this point they are no longer. This one is fine there. So this piece is at 4 by 4 3/4, and this will sit here. This is the part that goes in the back, okay? But this piece here no longer applies. It applies this way, but we gotta cut it a little bit shorter because I was mounting this the wrong way. So let's, for the time being, oh, that means I gotta cut a picture too. For the time being, let me glue this one down. I really hope that my tutorials are not too confusing. This is the first time that I'm actually doing an album tutorial, and like I said before, I really don't have the time to create PDF files, etc. And like I said, most of the times I'm working, like I think of ideas and I just try and put. I'm so anxious to see if my ideas pan out that I just go ahead and do it basically. Okay, so this piece was 4 by 4 3/4. Okay, now this was supposed to be here, but because I was mounting this the wrong way, the measurements no longer apply, and I would like to see. So it would have been like this. I need to cut a few pieces off it with my ruler. Let me measure here. So this is 4 1/4. So I will need this by 4, this way by 4. Okay, so now this piece is 4 3/4. Let me measure it again because I don't even know which part I cut. They're both with 4. So one is 4 3/4 by 4. Okay. Alright, so now let's see what I have here. 2 is here. 1 is here, which means I gotta cut more of this one. Really don't want to do that, but I guess you have to. So I have to cut it at 3 3/4. Just cutting feet, no big deal. Alrighty. So let's see. So the picture that sits on the tab that comes from the back on this one, this picture measures, I really gotta clean up a little bit. This picture measures 3 3/4 by 4.5. The picture that sits on the tab that is always at the top, okay, this one here, this one measures 3 7/8 by 3 3/4, and it will sit here. I think the picture originally measured 3 7/8 because remember, these are pictures from another country, so they have really weird measurements. Okay, so let's glue these pictures down first before we forget where they belong to. I'm going to use the We Are Memory Keepers, the small and large angle. I'm going to use the large angle for the corners. And the other thing to do, because this might bang in there a little bit, use your bone folder to press down on the paper, as well as on the pictures, just on that side. To flatten it down as much as possible. Okay, now let's use this. Okay, the picture that will fall right here, so it will be behind the picture, the front picture that slides on this. So this picture measures, where's my ruler? I mean, originally it was 3 7/8, so almost 4, and in height is 3 3/4. Okay, and it will sit right there. Where's my, there it goes. Once again, I'm trying to flatten out this part so they don't catch. I mean, I'm sure they will catch a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, and then the last picture will sit right here. And this, let's see if it's still the right size. And thank God it is. So this picture measures 3 7/8, which was the original size width of the picture, by 3 3/4. Okay, and there we go. Still gonna have to play with it a little bit, but it will be okay. I'll do it offline. I'm gonna press more on all the ends. Okay, so this is the piece which will be inside here. Yeah, definitely I gotta play with this to press down. Plus right now I'm holding it hard in place too. The other thing I wanted to show you, sometimes what I do with when I create frames like this with how do you call it? Yeah, with transparency, because I don't know why, if it's just me, but when it comes to transparency, I find transparency to be very, very stubborn, to stay down and glue down. Even if, even with double-sided tape, sometimes I can see how the frame is pulling away from it. And what I like sometimes to do is to take like some tape and apply it on the inside, okay, to keep it in place. But this tape, I just leave it there. I never remove the backing. It just stays there um, to keep the transparency in place. So I'm going to do that here right now. So this one I will never remove the backing. This is just to keep the transparency in place a little bit more better. Okay, where is my... Especially that this piece also has an interactive bit to it. And sometimes I use tape like this without removing the backing. If I need place, if I need somewhere on an interactive piece for something to like, to glide easily, I sometimes use tape and I leave it there without removing the backing. In this case, I used 3/8 of an inch, and I'm going to burnish it very well. Make sure it stays in place forever. And of course, I am away from the score line, trying to stay away from the light. See? So it does not interfere with the score line either. Okay, in the next, I'm gonna stop this video here because it's already like half an hour long. In the next video, we are going to go ahead and mount actually, before we even mount the frame, I want to mat the frame on the outside, and we are also going to do the same for the others too. And we are going to finish the work on these two. These two, although I made them as frame, it's almost like 4 frames because although I created them as a pocket, I'm going to glue the picture on the inside, so you're not going to be able to take the picture out of there. But I wanted to create pockets, so you guys, if you want, you can do tags and stuff to insert inside if this is your choice. Like I said, in my case, I'll just glue, just like in the other layout. These pictures are glued inside. These pictures up here don't come out, they are glued inside. But I still have that pocket feature if I want to. You see? Still have the pocket feature, but the pictures and the matching are glued inside. So we are going to deal with that as well when in the next video. And once again, apologies for the confusion with this piece. The only reason why there is confusion is because this one went wrong, and I only realized after it was all mounted in. There was nothing I can do about it at that point, nor did I want to go ahead and open it, etc. So I'm like, this one stays the way it is, we'll do the other one to work properly. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll meet again in the next video. Goodbye for now.